Robert Moss, founder of the Horizons Theater Company, was responsible for bringing the first legitimate theater back to Broadway. His organization served as the forerunner for Theater Row, a not-for-profit agency created by Fred Papert that brought commercial success and rising property values to the area. As Mayor Ed Koch took office, he focused solely on the recreation of 42nd Street as a thriving commercial center. He relied heavily on the policies of eminent domain, which allows the city to seize derelict buildings or those that violate zoning laws and dispose of them as it sees fit. With this power, Koch destroyed a few crumbling theaters, but after much protest and a number of dying projects, it became clear that only theater held the key to the revival of 42nd Street. The first person to truly understand the needs of the area was Rebecca Robertson, who together with Cora Kahan began the process of reclaiming Times Square. The programs of the 42nd Street Development Project and the Business Improvement District of Times Square included a homeless outreach team, visitor center for tourists, private sanitation crews, public safety officers, and began Broadway on Broadway, a show featuring songs from musicals to advertise and increase ticket sales.
She was a force in it. Rebecca Robertson ran the 42nd Street Development Project, the new 42DP, which is the entity that was created to oversee the whole project. And she worked hand in hand with Cora. The two of them were really the leaders in revitalizing the street.
Broadway's big break came when Disney CEO Michael Eisner was convinced to restore the New Amsterdam Theater and stage a family-friendly musical on 42nd Street. On December 31, 1993, the day before Rudolph Giuliani became mayor of New York City, Eisner signed a conditional letter of intent to take over the theater. While the complete negotiations took place under the Dinkins administration, Eisner agreed to Republican requests to delay its announcement until Giuliani took office.
You can't get these large-scale, ambitious, risky projects done without continuity of support from the mayor's office, from the governor's office. And so there was much more to be gained by allowing Giuliani to take the credit for the ribbon cutting than there would possibly have been to sort of do it at the tail end. The deal was signed on December 31st. Giuliani was taking office the next day. What possibly was there to be gained by doing it? I mean, sort of any other way.
Giuliani's limited contribution to the Disney deal came in the form of promises to clean up the street, as the hesitant Eisner turned to him for support.
I had a little concern about the adjacent nightlife, and he said it'll be gone. I said, well, Mr. Mayor, there's the American Civil Liberties Union. I mean, they're just not gone. He said, look me in the eye. I said, what? He said, look me in the eye. I said, okay. He said, they will be gone.
Giuliani remained true to his word, proposing new zoning laws that would prohibit any sex-related businesses from opening within 500 feet of residences, schools, or houses of worship. His reputation as public defender and crime buster contributed to the mayor's image as the savior of Times Square.
That was the critical turnaround came when the Disney company first decided to consider investing and then made their investment contingent on whether we could clean up the sex shops.
With Giuliani's assurances, Eisner went ahead with his plans to bring Disney to 42nd Street. Beauty and the Beast, Disney's first show on Broadway, opened on April 18, 1994, bringing families and children to the once crime-ridden streets of Times Square. Risking the reputation as a family corporation, Disney took a brave step that then opened the doors for other corporations to move into the area. MTV, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and AMC Theaters became the next group of corporations to move into Times Square, transforming it into a major entertainment and corporate center.
Commercialization of Times Square, as far as I'm concerned, is a wonderful thing. It's wonderful to see that tremendous corporate presence there. This is the way where our people are going to have jobs. This is the way in which they're going to move from poverty to middle class to wealth.
The gentrification of Times Square was a landmark in New York City's history, changing not just the area itself, but shaping the entire face of the city. Much credit was given to Giuliani for bringing Disney onto 42nd Street, when in reality, his role was one of enabler and not creator. The redevelopment of Times Square was a slow process, a progression of various individuals and administrations whose work combined to form the complete picture that is the modern-day Times Square.
Nobody ever gives their regards to Park Avenue or sends or remembers fondly, Wall Street.
People want to come and see it first when they come to New York City, and it's been portrayed in so many movies, going back to the 20s and 30s, that it's sort of set in the conscious and subconscious of people all throughout the world as the crossroads of the world.
Be part of it, New York.